Welcome back to another Sup Board Independent Review. I'm Ruben and I'm going to be talking you through the smallest board in the Riber range, the 9.6. Riber, the brand, are a relatively new inflatable SUP brand, and their aim is to make cheap, affordable SUPs to get people into the sport. This board we tested is 9'6" long, it's 30 inches wide, it's 4 inches thick or 100 millimeters. The volume is about 190 litres, we've had an approx to look at that. The weight is 9 kilograms and it retails at $379 as a package with a paddle and a pump and a bag. The general overview of the 9.6, a smaller sort of iSUP with a slightly pulled in pinner tail aimed at the sort of mid to lighter weight riders. The materials on this board are very similar to other iSUPs in the market, nothing fancy and new, drop stitch internal core with a PVC outer shell and finished off with an EVA deck pad. Moving on to the Sup Board Impressions. Okay, at £379, this board is cheap. This board is very cheap. It's the cheapest board we've ever tested on Sup Board out of hard or inflatable. Generally with cheap boards you really have got to look at what you're getting, because there is a lot of cheap boards out there and some of them are absolutely awful and they bend and twist and there's all sorts of strange stuff going on. This board, straight out the bag, pumped up, it's nice and straight, it's got a nice bit of flat bottom to it, nice bit of nose kick, all looks good there. The fittings, nice carry handle, padded, nice and easy, bit of bungee straps to put some tie downs on. Valves all standard as you see most iSUPs. The fin setup is the same as they have on their bigger brother, the Deluxe, which is 11'1". Two little twinser fins here and a bigger sort of centre fin. The same fin setup, same fin box that they've got in lots of other top end brands. I've got this fin box too. The fin box is okay, you've got to look after it. You can't put different fins in, so you're stuck with this fin shape. It's not as hard wearing as other iSUP fins on the market, but it does do the job well. The board itself is incredibly light, as in weighing 9 kilograms. It is very light. And there's also eyelets at the front here. Apparently you can get a seat, so you can put a seat on it and make a kayak and stuff, but we're not kayakers, we're SUP boarders, so I'm just ignoring those sort of things. What is it like to paddle? If you weigh 70, 75 kilograms, but really around the 65 kilogram mark, this board paddles really well. Even with me on it, heavier rider at 75 kg, it's absolutely fine on the flat water, tracks nice and easily because of the large centre fin. Sort of very easy to paddle on flat. But in the surf as well, a lot of fun. Because of the pulled in pintail, thinner at the tail here, it does catch waves easily and turns up and down, and you can catch little bumps with not much trouble at all. So a lot of fun on the surf for a smaller person and great fun on flat water too. We put this board through our deflection test, which we do with all our iSUPs. We inflated it to 16.5 psi and put a weight of 75 kilograms in the centre of a gap of 1.5 meters apart. It did drop 30 millimeters, which I have to say is one of the highest drops we've had so far out of any boards we've tested, but then that really is to be expected with the 100 millimeter thickness and at that pressure too. Let's just have a little look at what you get with the package as well. So you get a GRI two-way pump. This pump's great. We've tested this a few times before. So it pumps both ways, in and out, and then when the pressure gets hard you take the valve off and then it pumps one way. Built-in pressure gauge at the top. The GRI is a great little pump. We've seen it on a lot of other brands as well. Nice, good pump. Very good pump for the money, actually, to be honest, what you get with the package. The paddle is a cheap, to be honest, aluminium 3-piece paddle. Get you on the water, absolutely fine. If you're into paddleboarding, this will probably be the first thing you upgrade, but it does get you on the water, and then you have got a spare paddle for taking the kids out if you don't want to use your nice paddle. The bag is a basic stuff sack bag. It just holds it, to be honest. Wouldn't want to carry it too far down the beach. Does the job. Cheap bag, nothing, no frills. And now we have a leash as well, because on our first video we complained to say that the board packages didn't come with leashes. So Riber said anybody who mentions these videos gets a free leash, so you want to remember that one. Quite a nice coiled leash. Just bear in mind, if you're going to take it surfing, better off not using a cord leash so much in the surf. It can be done, but if you're really getting into surfing, get yourself a straight leash. But it comes with a cord leash as well if you mention these videos when you buy your package. Any negatives or downsides to the smaller Riber? The eyelet points at the mid of the board do end up getting in your way of your feet. Obviously it depends on what you weigh. Slightly lighter riders that we had testing it were a little bit further forward, but all of our feet were generally around this sort of standing area on here. So you did find that the eyelets did get in the way a little bit annoying, something to be aware of. Value for money, you can probably guess what we're probably going to say. £379 is a very cheap board, and to be honest it is a lot of board for your money at £379, so yes, it's value for money. The overall SUPboarder verdict: a fun board on the flat water, but a really little fun board to catch some waves on too. A very good price point for that sort of mid to light 65 kilogram rider would be absolutely ideal as a first time SUP. If you have any questions or comments about this board or other boards we've reviewed on SUPboarder, leave them in the comment section below and we'll get back to you. And for more great, interesting articles, features and independent reviews, visit supboardermag.com.